Now on WRDE Coast TV.
It's a quieter and cooler start to our Thursday with nice weather into the weekend, but the seas will be building, creating a high rip current risk due to Hurricane Lee off to our south and east.
And staffing shortages plaguing Sussex County. Why business owners say this year is unique.
A lot of naysayers about our state police in the past couple days, and it's nice to see that we kicked him in the teeth and he's back in the cell.
Yeah, it's the reaction of one of the witnesses to the capture of the Pennsylvania escapee, how law enforcement was able to get Danilo Cavalcante back behind bars.
Some changes to park memorials, the new way Milton officials want people to honor the memory of loved ones.
Flying into week 2, Eagles open the home portion of their schedule tonight in primetime.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley.
And it is September 14th, 2023. And Paige, was that you I heard singing Fly Eagles Fly before we went on the air?
You definitely was not.
Definitely not.
No.
Maybe it was our producer, Alyssa. She's a big Birds fan.
That would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to worry about me singing that song.
Okay.
Don't you worry
Duly
about that.
Noted.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy before Matt makes me talk about the Eagles some more. He joins us with a first look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, guys. You know, it wasn't me. I'm a Jets fan, so flying in a different fashion. Clouds and radar this morning. We've got a deck of clouds moving through parts of Delaware and Maryland right now. Can't rule out a sprinkle through the morning hours, but mainly mid to high level clouds here. Otherwise, we're looking at clear skies, and a cold front moved through yesterday, and our flow now coming in out of the north. So it's a slightly cooler and drier flow. 67 in Georgetown and Millsboro right now. Selbyville 63. Indian River Inlet 72. Winds are light out of the north, picking up along the coast, and they'll get really breezy today. You can see the clouds moving out of the picture on Futurecasts this morning. We'll see clearing skies, temperatures in the 70s mid-morning. By noon, upper 70s inland, low to mid-70s along the beach. Those north-northeast winds beginning to freshen up. And then by this afternoon, looking at upper 70s, close to 80 inland areas, and a little cooler along the coast, and looking great as we go into the evening hours. Your drivecast, we're looking at, well, I gave it the green light this morning, partly cloudy skies, and then heading home, we're looking at, well, mostly sunny skies and temperatures warming into the 70s, close to 80 degrees.
Okay, now we're going to move a little further south. A tropical storm warning in effect for Bermuda. Hurricane Lee is expected to pass by the island today. And Bob, we have reports that say that Category 2 hurricane will bring strong winds and heavy rain to that area.
That's right, Matt. And it looks like it will weaken to a Category 1 Lee that is expected to head towards parts of the U.S. over the next few days. And even if Lee weakens, the overall impacts will be far-reaching because of the size of the hurricane. Now, according to the National Hurricane Center, Lee has the potential to bring life-threatening storm surges and flooding to parts of Massachusetts on Friday and Saturday. It could also be dangerous surf here across Delmarva. We've been talking about that, and also the dangerous rip currents, and I'll have more on that coming up.
Thanks so much for keeping us updated. Well, this morning we are coming to you with a story that you probably have heard before. As high school and college students are heading back to school and seasonal employees are wrapping up for the summer, some businesses are again having trouble filling their staffs.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is in the newsroom. And Heidi, it's an issue you've reported on many times, but there are a few factors that stand out this year.
Matt and Paige, if you walk up and down the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, or even Ocean City, Maryland, you're going to notice a lot of "I'm hiring" signs. And that's because most places are short-staffed. And they say that it hasn't gotten better from last year. Now go ahead and take a look at your screens. You're going to see some footage that we shot down on the boardwalk and the beach areas. And as you can see, the foot traffic has not calmed down much after Labor Day. Now, business owners say it's always a challenge this time of year, with business still steady but without the staff they need. It's the same story every year in many of our coastal communities when college kids go back to school and J1 international students who come help out for the summer go back. Now, If you speak to some businesses, owners will tell you they're having more trouble this year than last year. But as we found, there's no real way to quantify that. I spoke with the Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce, and they said you'll actually notice some businesses in many of our coastal communities having to go ahead and shut their doors or reduce their hours because they just don't have the staff. So as you said, Matt and Paige, this is a story that we've been following for years, and it continues. Back to you.
Heidi, thank you so much. New this morning, Hunter Biden is suing a former Trump aide over alleged computer fraud. These allegations tie back to Biden's personal laptop. Biden's lawyers said that former Trump White House aide Garrett Ziegler violated state and federal laws on computer fraud and data access. In February, Biden's lawyers sought a criminal probe into the laptop leak and asked the IRS to review the tax-exempt status of Marco Polo, that's Ziegler's nonprofit. Wednesday's lawsuit alleges Ziegler created an online searchable database of 128,000 emails, all attributed to Biden.
Convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante was apprehended Wednesday morning in Chester County, Pennsylvania. This is after a manhunt that lasted nearly 2 weeks. Officials said they used thermal imaging from aircraft to pinpoint a possible location and then used ground forces to capture the escaped inmate. Officers released a dog who bit Cavalcante, and he was taken to the ground where he was then apprehended, though Cavalcante continued to put up a fight.
Camouflage trooper had his gun, his rifle, and then they were walking him up, and they basically, EMSs kind of worked on him in the parking lot, and they loaded him up.
A lot of naysayers about our state police in the past couple days, and it's nice to see that we kicked him in the teeth and he's back in the cell.
Cavalcante is now at a maximum security prison in Pennsylvania where he will serve his mandatory life sentence for first-degree murder.
A change in the way people in Milton can honor the memory of loved ones. Town Council has approved a plan for a new brick memorial program. Starting next month, you'll be able to purchase bricks engraved in the name of a loved one. This replaces the trees and the plaques that were previously used to memorialize. Milton's Park and Recreation says trees in the park, they're just getting too close together and overpopulated, which stunts their growth and it creates an unhealthy environment. The department says buying a single brick costs less than a plaque and a tree combined. We headed to Milton to learn what people think about this change, and here's what one woman told us.
You spread life continually in a tree, and yeah, I don't know why anyone would not want to do that. I'd rather see that than a bunch of flowers or a brick or a cement monument. No, a tree.
The Department of Parks and Recreation says starting October 1st, you can honor your loved one with a brick just by speaking with someone at Town Hall in person, or you can email them.
Happening tonight, week 2 of the NFL season kicks off in Philadelphia when the Eagles begin their home portion of the schedule. The Birds face the Vikings at the Field in South Philly. Kickoff scheduled for sometime after 8:15 p.m., and we will have more on this game later on CoastTV News Today.
Some news now out of Del Mar. The municipal primary election for mayor and commissioners that was scheduled for Tuesday, September 26, has been canceled, according to Maryland election laws. If no more than 2 people have filed for candidacy, no primary election can be held. The general election will still be held. That'll be Tuesday, November 21st from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Del Mar Town Hall.
Judges ruled against President Biden's DACA regulation for Dreamer immigrants. Texas Judge Andrew Hannon declared a revised version of the federal policy, keeping the more than 500,000 Dreamers from being deported, is illegal after the Biden administration moved last year to finalize a rule to codify the DACA policy into a federal regulation. A group of Republican-led states challenged the effort. Hannon fell short of terminating the program and maintained the status quo for current DACA recipients.
Former President Donald Trump is interested in making some changes to the classroom. In a new campaign video, Trump says he wants to shut down the Department of Education and have state governments, quote, run the education of our children, end quote. The Education Department became a cabinet-level agency in 1980, and according to its website, the federal agency says it plays a leadership role in how to improve the learning process. But states and school boards already have the ability to supersede the Education Department.
Still plenty to get to in this edition of CoastTV News Today.
Yeah, still ahead this morning, the efforts to restore the oyster population at the Indian River Bay. That took place this week. Why there is still more work, though, that needs to be done.
Also, Dewey Beach bonfire policy, the proposed change that town officials say will make the application process easier.
And we have an update on the road work being done to Robinsonville Road, the traffic delay that could impact your daily commute. All that and more when CoastTV News Today continues.
Mark your calendars. The second annual OC Adventure Fest is set for September 22nd to the 24th. National music acts like Don McLean, hunting, fishing, gun show, canine working dog exhibition, and more. There will be something for everyone. Come join the fun. For more information and to purchase your tickets now, go to ocadventurefest.com.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, you're always a local at Beach Barrels in North Ocean City. Enjoy great times and great vibes at our unique bar. Try our award-winning Primo Hoagies that are made fresh to order. Cheer on your favorite sports team on our numerous big screens. Our live music scene is out of this world, hosting the area's best local and regional acts. Come in, grab a seat, or enjoy our brand new outside deck featuring beautiful palm trees, comfy seating with a tropical vibe. We're open every day from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. See you at Beach Barrels, 133rd and Coastal Highway.
Welcome to the Pella Experience Center, featuring windows and doors rated #1 by homeowners for quality, value, and innovation. Our products showcase styles from traditional to contemporary and everything in between. We work with you from design through installation, and with special financing options, anyone can be a proud Pella owner. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
6:12 on our Thursday morning. Our tidal health cam from Seaford showing, well, it's still pretty dark. A few clouds out there. Sun's up at 6:41. Should see a nice sunrise and temperatures in the 60s this morning. Maybe grab that light jacket out the door. Del Mar and Selbyville 63, 73 in Lewis. So a little milder along the coast. The breezes are coming out of the north. They will be picking up with time as we have some clouds moving through, but you can see the clearing back to our west. So we will get into mostly sunny skies as we get into the afternoon. Perhaps you're taking a stroll on the boardwalk, Bethany Beach, checking out the big waves, warming through the 60s this morning. Grab a windbreaker into the mid-70s late morning, mostly sunny.
Got developing news out of Blades. The town's police department there posted a warning on the Facebook page about someone breaking into cars and stealing them. The agency is reminding people to lock their vehicles and to not leave any valuables in them. Blades Police Department also says that if you have cameras outside of your vehicle, to make sure they are turned on. Well, new this morning, an update on the DelDOT work occurring on Robinsonville Road near where it intersects with Plantation Road. Traffic now being detoured at Salt Marsh Boulevard. Drivers there, they're being sent to Shady Road in order to get to Coastal Highway. It's all part of the larger 5 Points project. Work continues for widening Plantation Road to add a lane for the new roundabout and then realign the two roads. In the meantime, DelDOT recommends taking Cedar Grove Road to avoid the construction.
The head of the United Auto Workers announced a targeted strike plan yesterday if the union decides to walk out at GM, Ford, and Stellantis after a contract expiration later today. President Shawn Fain said which plants will be struck will not be announced until just before the 11:59 contract expiration tonight. According to industry experts, slowing or stopping the production of a few engine or transmission plants at each company could be as effective as a full strike at all plants. Google is laying off hundreds of people in its recruitment division. Those latest cuts come after Google's parent company, Alphabet, eliminated 12,000 jobs across the company in January. Those cuts came as Google grappled with economic uncertainty that hit the company's bottom line last year, especially its core advertising business. A Google spokesperson said they continue to invest in top engineering and technical talent while meaningfully slowing down the pace of overall hiring.
Still ahead on Coast TV News today, a potential policy change for bonfires in Dewey Beach, how it would affect the application process.
Now we are seeing a few clouds out there this morning, brightening skies to the east on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. It's going to be a beautiful day. And of course, the bigger story are the bigger waves and higher rip current risk from offshore Hurricane Lee heading into the weekend. I'll break down the impacts coming up after the break.
True Blue Jazz Festival brings bandleader and drummer Bobby Sanabria and his Multiverse Jazz Big Band to Nassau Valley Vineyards October 14.
Hi everybody, it's Bobby Sanabria. Join me in my incredible 24-piece multi-Grammy nominated Multiverse Big Band featuring Janice Siegel, Antoinette Montague, and Jennifer Jade Ledesma on vocals as we perform a special concert dance honoring the Latin Jazz Big Band tradition as part of the True Blue Jazz Festival.
Get your tickets now at truebluejazz.org.
Delmarva Home Show. Explore the hidden house gems here on the peninsula. Exciting tours of stunning homes, charming cottages, and luxurious beachfront properties. Designer ideas and insider tips to help inspire your home decor. Discover the best of Delmarva's architecture and interior design. A showcase of the most unique and beautiful homes on Delmarva. Start your tour Sunday mornings at 11:30 on WBOC.
Scoops and scores and Friday night lights. Football coverage like you've never seen before on the Delmarva Sports Network. Live game of the night every Friday, including the pre, half, and post-game show, Scoops and Scores. Plus, we'll take you around Delmarva for the latest real-time scores during Friday night lights. Tune in to DSN Friday nights this fall season. Scoops and Scores and Friday Night Lights, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So, for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
It is 6:17 on this Thursday morning. That is a live look at Lewis on the Tunnel and Razor cam. I kind of like this cam in black and white with the clouds like that. It's kind of cool.
Good look. I'm just waiting for the sun to come up, though.
That's true. That'll be a pretty sunrise there.
Waiting for that. The question is not, will this be a nice day? The question is, how much of a nice day is this going to be? Because I think it looks like it's going to be a spectacular one, Bob.
I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe an 8. Yeah. Maybe a solid 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking good. You know, a little breezy as we go into the afternoon, but the humidity will be markedly lower, and we are looking at nice conditions. It's cooler and drier, and we are looking at below normal temperatures the next couple of days. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. We're tracking Lee in the Atlantic. We've been doing it for about a week and a half, and we're going to continue to do it as we're looking at building waves and a high rip current risk into the weekend. And the weekend, sky condition-wise, not bad. Saturday is good, maybe a slight chance of a shower on Sunday. And we've got clouds coming through right now. They're quickly moving through. We'll say from Milton to Millsboro, Rehoboth Beach, and Bethany Beach. Farther to the west towards D.C., we're looking at clearer skies. So eventually these clouds will move out, and we'll look at mostly sunny skies for today. As a cold front moving offshore, we've got building high pressure to the north and west, huge high pressure, and that's our saving grace. This big ridge is pushing Hurricane Lee out to sea and will keep Lee out to sea as we go through the next couple of days. But you can see this big chunk of real estate with the clear skies back to our west. It's a beautiful air mass. 67 in Millsboro right now, Georgetown 67, Delmar 63, Greenwood 65, a little milder along the coast right now. Winds starting to come in out of the north, and they'll start to get gusty as we go into the afternoon, especially into your Friday. Here's futurecast clouds moving offshore. Mid-morning 70s with more in the way of sunshine. Gorgeous conditions by 2:30. Close to 80 inland. Lower 70s along the beaches. Through the overnight hours, we're looking at mostly clear skies. And here come the yellow and red arrows on into Friday, indicating the stronger winds with Lee offshore. We're looking at low 70s, so it's going to be a cooler and breezier day tomorrow. and maybe some fringe clouds from Lee moving in. And here is Hurricane Lee. Winds of 100 miles per hour moving to the north as a Category 1 hurricane. That trend will continue. Could weaken to a tropical storm as it moves basically east of Boston. Now it looks like it's making landfall maybe near Halifax, Nova Scotia, as we could be on the fringe of those clouds as we go into Friday evening. But here's the bulk of the rain and wind is across New England, maybe eastern Long Island, Boston, into areas of Canada as well, and perhaps making landfall on the eastern coast of Maine. But right now it does look like Canada. We do have a high surf advisory all the way from Lewis down on into, we'll say, Golf Club shores. We're going to be looking at crashing surf there, so looking good for the surfers. As far as the rip currents, well, they're going to be high, so make sure you are an accomplished swimmer or surfer as we go into the weekend. You can see future waves 4 to 8 feet from Rehoboth all the way to Fenwick Island, maybe solid 8-foot waves around Ocean City, and then we get into this tan color offshore. Maybe those are 12-foot waves out there, but big waves along the coast, maybe good sightseeing for the waves along the coast as we go into your Friday. Really be careful out there. Once again, it looks like the bigger waves are into Maryland, and then we'll see those waves starting to calm down as we go into your Saturday. The winds will be gusty over 30 miles per hour along the coast as we go into Friday morning, and they're coming right out of the north end, once again around 15 to 25 miles per hour, and then it'll start to slowly quiet down as we go through time. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, looking at 78 today. Cooler mornings beginning Friday morning, 58, 75, mostly sunny on Friday. Into the weekend looking good. Sunshine Saturday after a chilly start at 55. 81 Sunday, a slight chance of a shower, and then 70s and lower 80s into early next week as the nice weather continues.
And a reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. They are on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, 93.5 The Beach, and Big 107.7.
Developing news out of Dewey Beach, where reserving a bonfire could become easier. Town Council is looking at eliminating the in-person application requirement for a process that would be online. Now, we wanted to know what people living in Dewey Beach think about this change, so we went to the town, and here's what one man told us.
I've owned a property in Dewey for 23 years, and I've definitely seen the changes where it's becoming more family-friendly, and I'm all for it.
Town Council meeting is being held on Friday to discuss a new payment process. Council is also looking to change the price for all events to one flat rate fee.
After the break, helping to restore the oyster population. What the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays is saying about this project. Don't go anywhere on Coast TV News Today.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on WRDE.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier Showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
Calling all truckers. Rigs from across the U.S. roll into town to be a part of the 21st Annual Truck Convoy for Special Olympics, Saturday, September 23rd. Over 200 trucks take a police-escorted ride from the Delaware State Fairgrounds and parade throughout southern Delaware. All proceeds benefit thousands of athletes who train and compete year-round here in Delaware. Participants must be pre-registered by September 18th. For more info and to register, visit SODE.org. Get in gear with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It's Free Truck Fridays, your ticket to a new 2023 Ford Ranger thanks to Pohanka Ford of Salisbury. Stay tuned to Big D and Bubba all week as they reveal the Free Truck Friday song.
Then listen to April and me to play the song. Be caller 10 and you might be parking a new 2023 Ford Ranger in your driveway.
Drive over to CoastCountry.com for all the details.
Coast Country's Free Truck Fridays with Pohanka Ford of Salisbury,
where your drive to work
could upgrade your ride home.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. Showing girls that anything is possible.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
Oh my God! Ladies, let's go.
Wait on minute!
New season coming September 18th to Coast TV. NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on WRDE.
More oysters were dumped in the Indian River Bay Wednesday. It's all part of a decades-long project to restore the oyster population. However, the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays says more work still needs to be done. On Tuesday, 6 bushels of oysters were placed at an artificial reef in the Indian River Bay. The goal of this particular program is to show oysters can grow and thrive in the bay on their own. The center says there are a lot of causes for the damaged oyster population.
We've got pollution inputs, we've got challenges historically with oyster diseases, and really it was that combination that spelled doom for our oysters.
This was one of the last dumps from this program. The center says it is working on other projects to help the oyster population as well.
Well, as we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, we've got a sunshine day. It's not only a great Brady Bunch song page, it's also what we're looking forward to.
I know Brady Bunch. I don't think I know the song.
Okay.
Sorry.
I thought that was, it's 50-50 if it would stick.
Yeah.
Didn't they just sell the Brady Bunch house? Did I hear that?
I think they did, Bob.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Did we have that on our news?
We did not have it.
Oh, we did not. Okay. I didn't know if it was like entertainment or anything like that. I'm just checking quality control. Here's our UV index brought to us by Face of Grace. They practice in sun safety. I have us in the high range for the UV index Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's a 7. A little lower on Sunday with some clouds, a 6, and then back to a 7 on Monday. So we're in the higher range. Still be careful out there. Make sure you have the higher SPF. Maybe find that midday shade and limit your time outdoors. That's very important, as is the Brady Bunch, of course. I'll have much more in your forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Bob. Thank you. Also, coming up after the break, making Assateague Island trash-free, the areas that are a priority for a cleanup effort.
Also, staffing issues for coastal community businesses, the plans to deal with workers leaving their summertime jobs.
And Hurricane Lee moving closer to the U.S. as it's expected to pass by Bermuda. We're going to be talking more about what this means for the coast and the areas in the U.S. expected to be hit the hardest. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, BB Healthcare's experts talk student wellness for back to school. Plus, we're spilling the tea on the latest trends and relatable mom moments you don't want to miss. Coast Life today at 4 on CoastTV.
Delaware Electric Cooperative works hard to keep trees trimmed near power lines. It's one reason why Co-op Power has never been more reliable. Our members also play a role in maintaining reliability and keeping our employees safe. When planting, please leave at least 10 feet of space in front of electrical equipment and at least 5 feet of space on the other 3 sides. Also, never plant trees near power lines. And before you dig, remember to call 811 to ensure underground lines are marked. Together, we can keep everyone safe.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring 2 homes located in 2 wonderful communities on Delmarva. The first home is a like-new home in the Hawthorne community in Georgetown, Delaware. We're also touring a gorgeous home in the Heritage Shores community in Bridgeville, Delaware. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So, for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's coast with Petey the Peacock, Coast TV's feathered friend and sharing joy coast-wide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Brought to you by Tidal Health.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
September 14th, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Paige Marley.
6:29 on this Thursday, and with the conditions that we've been talking about all morning, I'm thinking about taking off the AC and opening up today.
I think I'm going to do that as well.
I'm hoping that I can do that.
I did that this morning in the car. Windows were down.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You know I love
Hair
that.
going, car,
exactly.
tunes cranking.
That's why it takes me so long to get ready in the mornings. Just kidding. Well, let's send it over to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Bob, are you going to join us, windows down today?
I think I might do that into the afternoon hours. As long as the humidity is lower, the higher temperatures you can tolerate with the lower humidity. So I'd say open the windows for sure, give the AC a break later today and this evening. Right now, we've got some clouds moving through, not producing anything in the way of precipitation. They'll be out of here the next hour or so, leaving us mainly clear as we go through the day, looking at a lot of sunshine for today. As the cold front continues to move offshore, we're looking at cooler temperatures this morning. Maybe grab a light jacket or windbreaker out the door. 63 at Del Mar, Selbyville 64, some 70s from Lewis back through Bethany Beach, and we've got the northerly breezes picking up, and they'll get much stronger into the afternoon, especially Friday with Hurricane Lee to our east. But as we go through this morning into the noon hour, upper 70s, inland close to 80, a little cooler along the beaches as that breeze is picking up into the afternoon, and a good looking evening on the way. Here's our checklist. Don't need the umbrella or rain boots today. Windbreaker definitely along the coast, especially this evening. Flip-flops, sure, why not? We like summer, right, Matt? And sunglasses, need those, and some of the higher SPF sunscreen as well.
All right, Bob, thank you. We've been talking about this all week. Tropical storm warning in effect, this time for the island of Bermuda for Hurricane Lee, which is expected to pass by the island today. Forecasters say the Category 2 hurricane is going to bring strong winds and heavy rain to that area.
And Lee's expected to head towards parts of the U.S. over the next few days. John Lawrence shows us the potential danger that's expected as Lee moves closer to the United States.
Hurricane and tropical storm watches are in effect for much of coastal New England over the next few days due to Hurricane Lee.
There is going to be a surge in here. There's going to be some serious waves in here, and that breakwater right there doesn't really protect the surges.
Meteorologists say that even if Lee weakens, the overall impact will be far-reaching because of the size of the hurricane.
Normally, when a major hurricane that I've seen makes landfall, a lot of the damage, severe damage, can be relatively localized. But when a storm spreads out like this, it can be intimidating in the sense that the damage is going to be much more widespread.
According to the National Hurricane Center, Lee has the potential to bring, quote, life-threatening storm surge flooding to parts of Massachusetts on Friday and Saturday.
Towards the later past few nights, it's reinvigorated itself and reestablished itself as a pretty strong and intimidating hurricane.
Maine's Governor Janet Mills issued a statement calling on residents to, quote, exercise caution and to take common sense steps to ensure they have all they need to stay safe, which is advice people in neighboring states should also follow.
Whether or not it's going to be a landfall, that's still up in question, but we'll certainly feel the impacts from Boston to Portland.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Although it seems the Northeast will get pounded the hardest, Lee's also expected to bring dangerous surf to the Southeast from Florida through the Carolinas.
As we enter the final stretch of summer, you might notice some businesses, they are shortening their hours or they're closing up shop completely for the off season. Some by choice and some because they just don't have the staff to stay open.
Yeah, CoastTV News reporter Heidi Kirk is in the newsroom. And Heidi, this tends to be a similar story every year when seasonal employees wrap up and high school and college students go back to school.
Matt and Paige, unfortunately, this is not the first time I've reported on this story. Like you said, it's the same story every single year. As soon as those high school, college students, the J1 international students go back home, there's staffing shortages across the board. Now go ahead and take a look at your screens. You're going to see there are still crowds down on the boardwalks in many of our beach town. It has not calmed down much after Labor Day. Now business owners say it's always a challenge this time of year with businesses still steady, but without the staff they need. Now, I spoke with a number of business owners from our coastal communities, and it doesn't seem to be localized to just one area. It's pretty much like this across the board. Now, this is interesting. I spoke with one business owner in Bethany Beach who says this is actually the first time in years that she hasn't had a staffing issue, and she says it's a huge weight lifted off her shoulders.
Normally it's super hard to find staff that's year-round here because we get a lot of high school and college students, but this year we're very lucky. We have a couple students that are doing online high school, so they're able to come a couple days a week, and then I have some year-rounders.
Matt and Paige, I really wanted to share her story because it really goes to show how important it can be to have a full staff. It really does lift a weight off of their shoulders, and unfortunately not everyone has that luxury this year. Back to you.
Now, Heidi, you spoke with the Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce, and they say the lack of workforce housing continues to be a big reason.
Matt and Paige, this is another thing that is always the same story. There's just not enough housing in many of the coastal communities to make sure that they have enough for the staffs of all the restaurants, all the businesses in their downtown districts. And so it continues to be an issue of affordable housing, just like the Chamber has said. And it's something that they are trying to tackle over the next few years. But for now, the issue persists. Back to you.
Heidi Kirk in the newsroom. Thank you for that. Cleaning up on a popular Maryland stretch of beach in support of National Public Lands Day on Saturday, September 23rd. Assateague Island National Seashore will hold several beach cleanups, and these will run from 8 a.m. till noon. It will mostly be at the seashores, campgrounds, trails, and picnic areas.
Maryland's first human case of West Nile virus for 2023 is on the eastern shore. The Maryland Department of Health made the announcement saying the adult patient is recovering from infection. The department says up to 80% of people who are infected will not display any signs of illness, though we do have a list of possible symptoms on our website, WRDE.com. Delaware reported its first 3 human cases Tuesday. It's 3 men, 50 years or older, all from New Castle County.
More access to what takes place in Maryland courts that'll be available at the start of 2024. The Maryland Supreme Court ruled the public will be able to get copies of audio recordings from courts and will then be able to broadcast them. Some information can still be redacted if it is deemed sensitive enough. The ban on the broadcast of court recordings, it ends January 1st.
Delaware Governor John Carney says he's endorsing current Lieutenant Governor and Sussex County native Bethany Hall Long in her run for governor. Hall Long announced she was running on Tuesday. That announcement followed a previous campaign announcement for the position by New Castle County Executive Matt Meyer in June. Delaware Governor John Carney cannot seek re-election due to term limits, but it's important to note right now no Republican candidates have announced any intention to run for governor. Primary elections are set for September 3rd of 2024.
Yeah, we have an update on the fire in Laurel we told you about yesterday. The Delaware State Fire Marshal's office determined the cause of this house fire that you see right there on your screen. This took place on West 2nd Street on Tuesday, which is what we are showing you. And according to the office, the fire started due to ingredients on the kitchen stove catching on fire. Officials say 2 of the 3 elderly women rescued from the fire remain in critical condition. The damages are estimated to be at $175,000. Still more to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, Ocean City Bike Week kicks off. While fun is encouraged, there are also some recommendations from town officials to make it a safe event. Also, playoff impact in Philadelphia as the Phillies attempt to get a split in their series with the Braves. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Get ready to experience the ultimate sand, sea, and RV lifestyle event at the OCRV Show October 12th to the 15th at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center. Explore a vast collection of new RVs and custom van life builds tailored for those seeking the thrill of life on the road. Enjoy exciting activities like kayaking, supboarding, fishing, and yoga, along with educational speakers, BMX demos, and bay cruises. The OCRV Show is the ultimate event for those who want to learn how to live it up when on the open road. Get tickets at OCRVshow.com and embark on a journey of a lifetime.
It was an older porch with concrete. There were stains on the floor. My wife, who researches everything, decided to look at Pinnacle Concrete Coatings. They explained the entire process, and it was right on track. They got it done in a day, and things were bright and clean, and everybody seemed to appreciate it all that much more. The quality is high-end, and the lifetime warranty can't be beat. I would more than say yes, you ought to recommend them. They were right on time, they explained it clearly, they worked with our schedule, they got it done, and it is perfect.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
It is 6:39 on our somewhat cloudy Thursday morning. Here's our dry tech cam. We do have some clouds moving through. They will move offshore. Right now, 71 in Ocean City, a light north breeze, but those breezes pick up during the day. It's cool inland. Maybe grab a windbreaker out the door. 67 in Georgetown and Millsboro, 63 in Del Mar. Some milder 70s along the coast right now. And the wind's starting to pick up along the coast, and that's where we'll see some of that gusty wind with time. Here's the clouds moving through. Otherwise, clear skies back to the west, so we are going to be looking at a mostly sunny day on the way. It is time for our UV index, brought to us by Face of Grace, a practice in sun safety, and we're high as far as the UV value right through the next several days, a little lower into your Sunday. Have the higher SPF, find that midday shade, and limit your time outdoors. Much more on the indirect effects of Lee coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Bike Fest 2023 kicked off in Ocean City yesterday. The annual event draws bikers, enthusiasts, and just people from all over. There's live music and different motorcycle events and services. The Ocean City Police Department, though, saying they've been preparing for Bike Fest. It usually goes smoothly, but they are always telling drivers and motorcyclists, keep a few things in mind.
Really going to be making sure that motorcyclists have their helmets on. We want everybody to be safe. So you'll see us out doing some traffic enforcement and education about being safe while riding your motorcycles here in town.
Bike Fest runs through Sunday there in Ocean City. The Maryland Department of Transportation State Highway Administration says that the repairs to the Route 50 bridge over Sinnapuxent Bay in Ocean City, those are set to continue. According to officials, work on the bridge will include repairing steel beams and replacing connection plates. Drivers can still drive on the bridge, though sometimes there will be off-peak single-lane closures during the work period. Work is expected to begin September 18th. It'll continue through spring of 2025.
Well, the Birds, they are back in Philly tonight. The Eagles will play their first home game of the 2023 season. Last time they played a meaningful game at the field, all they did was win the NFC Championship. Eagles got by the Patriots in Week 1, thanks in part to this pick six by Darius Slay. And when looking at their Week 1 games, the Eagles had fewer passing yards than the Vikings. Overall, they gave up more yards on defense than Minnesota. Yet it is the Eagles with a 1-0 record, while the gang in purple is 0-1. Kickoff tonight from South Philly just after 8:15 p.m.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Phillies and Braves wrapped up a 4-game series last night in South Philly. Atlanta could clinch the division with a win. Christopher Sanchez on the rubber going against this vaunted Braves lineup. And in the first, Austin Riley gets a crack at him with a man at second. He blasts this one to the deepest part of the park and over the pitch clock. 35th homer of the year for Riley. Bottom first, Phillies were able to respond. 2 outs, 2 on for Bryson Stott, and he whacks one into right center field. Kyle Schwarber chugging the legs around third to come around to score, making it a 2-1 game. Top 4, Braves up 3-1 now. Runner at third for Kevin Pillar, and he pokes one down the right field line to bring home Marcelo Zuna. Atlanta ahead 4-1. On the mound for the Braves, Spencer Strider. He was dealing in this one. Already 10 pitches, over 100 pitches in the 7th. Brandon Marsh down swinging, and Johan Rojas swings over the off speed. The right-hander struck out 9 in 7 innings of 1-run ball. The Braves won this game without any Phillies late game flair and celebrated their 6th straight NL East title, enjoying it on the field of Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies' lead for the top wild card spot is now just 1.5 games over the Chicago Cubs. That'll do it for sports.
Some entertainment news now. A closer look at Leonardo DiCaprio's next film, and Jessica Chastain garners a new prize. Rick DeMagella has those details in today's Hollywood Minute.
Son, I got a question. You like women? That's my weakness.
Leonardo DiCaprio faces a moral dilemma in his latest film. This is a closer look at Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, which follows one man caught between the power struggle over oil in 1920s Oklahoma. The drama hits theaters October 20th.
Jessica, right here, please.
Jessica Chastain scores another honor. The Oscar-winning actress will receive the Golden Icon Award at this year's Zurich Film Festival. Chastain joins previous honorees like Glenn Close, Hugh Grant, and Diane Keaton.
Have you seen the movie Back to the Future? Basically, I'm living that movie right now, which is how I know there's going to be a murder tonight.
Kiernan Shipka time travels to stop a masked murderer. This is a sneak peek of the horror comedy Totally Killer, which finds a teenager teaming up with a younger version of her mom to prevent a series of killings. The bloody flick arrives October 6th on Amazon Prime Video. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
We're seeing the sun on the rise. A few clouds out there right now. Ocean City looking quiet. The winds will be picking up, as will the rip current risk in the building seas with Hurricane Lee offshore. As we go into the weekend, I'll talk about the latest indirect impacts from the hurricane coming up in your weekend forecast after the break.
Draper Media presents the Shore Living Expo, celebrating health, wealth, and home. Saturday, September 30th from 10 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Brought to you by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka. Great demonstrations and interviews with Delmarva Life's Lisa and Jimmy on the expo stage, along with prizes and fun, including a weekend getaway to the Poconos from Destinations by Donaway. From crafts to home services, boats, cars, and RVs, this is a free event you don't want to miss. Go to WBOCevents.com.
Fall into planting at Bella Terrace Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know Bella Terra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest of succulents to the tallest of trees, Bella Terrace Garden Center here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, located right off of Route 16 in Ellendale.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. Showing girls that anything is possible.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
Oh my God! Ladies, let's go. Wait on man.
New season coming September 18th to CoastTV.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Doing what we love is the heart of our company. Coastal Comfort delivers expert work, amazing customer service, and is dedicated to consistent improvement. As we continue to grow, we will always be dedicated to serving our customers with the highest quality in products and unmatched customer service. We strongly believe that well done is better than well said. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. We're the experts because we earned it. Carrier, turn to the expert.
6:47 on your Thursday morning. A live look there on our Tidal Health Cam. Beautiful way to start the morning there. Love that. You can tell it's a little chilly though. Can you tell by looking at it? I can.
It's got the feel.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloudy. You can tell it's probably dewy out there as well, Bob. What do you think?
I think so. It has that look. Yeah. I think when the leaves start changing, it'll definitely have that look, you know, as we go deeper into fall. But you were talking about watching the waves, and I think Friday evening will be a great opportunity to do that. Head down to the coast, coastal Maryland or Delaware, check out the big waves. Stay out of the water just because it will be rough out there unless you're an accomplished surfer. Weather headlines, cooler and drier as we go through the next couple of days with below normal temperatures. Remember to scan the QR code for the CoastTV weather app. We're tracking Lee. We've been doing it for about 10 days now, and we'll continue to do it as it bypasses us with building waves and that high rip current risk. And the weekend, not too bad. Saturday looks good. Maybe a slight chance of showers on Sunday. All right, now we've got a little bit of cloudiness moving through Delaware. Otherwise, mainly clear skies as our flow has turned drier and cooler. Cold front offshore, mainly clear over the top of us, and a lot of clear skies back to the west. We've got a sprawling area of high pressure across the Great Lakes, and this dome of high pressure is saving us from a hurricane along the east coast. That's pushing Lee out to shore and ensuring that it stays off to our east as we go through time. Out the door, maybe grab a windbreaker. 63 Delmar, 64 in Selbyville, some 70s along the coast right now. And speaking of the coast, the winds are picking up, and as Lee gets closer tomorrow, those winds will pick up along the coast. But today, a freshening northerly breeze and temperatures warming through the 70s. Lots of sunshine, upper 70s, close to 80 inland, lower 70s along the beaches. And to this evening, temperatures cooling back into the 60s. It will be be a cool start. 50s and 60s Friday morning, plus a breeze. You'll need that light jacket out the door, and the breeze freshening up during the day as Lee passes to our east. Maybe some clouds, outer fringe clouds from Lee as we go into Friday afternoon and evening. And here's Lee right now, moving to the north. 100-mile-per-hour winds, Category 1 storm. That trend will continue. You can see it's well off of our coast, hundreds of miles as we go into Friday and Saturday, and then maybe making landfall somewhere near Maine or into Canada. And here's the core of the rain offshore, but it moves into eastern New England and Boston and Portland, Maine. Wind and rain for them, maybe huge waves, and perhaps making landfall down East Maine. But it looks like now areas west of Halifax, Nova Scotia. High surf advisory from Lewis all the way down to Golf Club shores. We also have a higher rip current risk as well. Very dangerous out there. So just check out the waves if you're not an accomplished swimmer or surfer. You can see we've got 4 to 8 foot waves from Lewis down to Fenwick Island, maybe 8 feet for Ocean City as we go into Friday. So maybe the surfers are heading down here, and offshore we're looking at some of those waves, maybe up to 12 feet, and then those waves start to come down on Saturday. But the winds over 30 miles per hour along the coast and over 25 miles per hour inland on Friday. And then as Lee starts to move away, we'll see those winds start to bend to the northwest and diminish into Saturday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 78 today. We keep it in the 70s Friday into Saturday, and cooler overnight lows. In fact, 55 by Saturday morning. Dry Saturday, a few showers Sunday, keeping it dry and nice into early next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Now, if you go to Bethany Beach, you might want to look before you walk. Town is warning beachgoers about large sandholes. They're popping up again. The town says they have been seeing more sandholes dug out and people leaving them that way. It's extremely dangerous and does violate a Bethany Beach ordinance. If someone steps into it without noticing, then they could possibly get seriously injured.
It's 6:50, time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
And today's coastal pet of the day is Karma. This tiny dog and her mom say they refuse to give up summer. So maybe they'll receive some good karma for being so cute.
She is really cute. Oh, I want to hang out with her. And I know you do too, because she loves summer.
That's my type of dog.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to see more of the pets on Delmarva, keep sending us those photos and telling us what makes them so special. Details are on your screen.
You can email us at content@wrde.com, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. We'll be right back.
Shower Glass. Our name says it all. We provide the best custom shower glass on the shore in a fraction of the time, and our reviews prove it.
Shower Glass delivers the best fit, finish, and fastest service.
Reliable scheduling, competitive pricing, the best in the business.
They're the only one we call for Shower Glass.
Frameless beauty with speed, accuracy, and lifetime warranties. Shower Glass. It's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
McDonald's, Telemundo, Delmarva 42, Pohanka of Salisbury, Lupton Mall, and the Voice Radio Network presents the Hispanic Festival 2023. Join us to celebrate the Latin American traditions, culture, dances, art, Latin American food, kids entertainment, 7 international artists, and the biggest taco festival in Georgetown. Sunday, September 17th at noon on Ray Street in Georgetown. Tickets are $15 and kids under 10 get in free. Sponsored by...
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, All the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post time on Delmarva Sports Network.
6:54, it's time now for some things you need to know before you go. Convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante was apprehended Wednesday morning in Chester County, Pennsylvania, after a manhunt that lasted nearly 2 weeks. Officials said they used thermal imaging from aircraft to pinpoint a possible location and then used ground forces to capture the escaped inmate. Cavalcante is now at a maximum security prison in Pennsylvania, where he will serve his mandatory life sentence for first-degree murder.
A change in the way people in Milton honor the memory of loved ones. Town Council has approved a plan for a new brick memorial program. Starting next month, people will be able to purchase bricks engraved in memory of a loved one. This replaces the trees and plaques that were previously used to memorialize loved ones.
The Town Council in Dewey Beach is looking to have bonfires easier. They are considering eliminating the in-person application requirement for a process that is online. A Town Council meeting is being held Friday to discuss a new payment process. The council is also looking to change the price for all events to one flat fee.
More oysters dumped in the Indian River Bay on Wednesday. It's part of a decades-long project to restore the oyster population. The goal of this particular program is to show that oysters can grow and thrive in the bay on their own.
Halloween is still about 7 weeks away, but a lot of businesses are already cashing in on spooky season enthusiasm. Starbucks jumping in on the Boo bandwagon. The coffee giant is out with this year's Halloween drinkware lineup.
Yeah, this includes new tumblers, cold cups, mugs, and more. The drinkware hits the shelves this month, participating U.S. locations for a limited time while supplies last.
The items range in price from $14.95 to $29.95.
Yeah, Paige, this is giving you options for drinking that pumpkin coffee stuff that you like.
You know, the pink mug they just showed that looks like a pumpkin? I need that.
Need it.
It's a need. That was cute. So, hey, my birthday's coming up.
Wait, it's after Halloween.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
We'll talk later about it. Okay, 6:56. It's time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yep, one final check with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey.
Paige, I'll put that on your wish list. Paige wants mug for birthday. Yeah, I mean, I've already been seeing some of the Halloween decorations in the stores already. It's coming, folks. Fall is here. It's feeling cooler. We see some clouds this morning. Might want to grab a windbreaker out the door or wear it for sure. Temperatures in the 60s. Then we'll see lots of sunshine through the day. Temperatures warming through the mid to upper 70s. So we get a break from that scorching heat for a long time. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 78 today with the sunshine. Look at how it cools down at night. 58 tomorrow morning. Friday will be a breezy and cool day because of Hurricane Lee passing to our east. Bigger waves, dangerous rip currents into the weekend. A low of 55 Saturday morning, 79 on Saturday, mostly sunny. Maybe a few showers on Sunday as we still have those cool, crisp mornings. Certainly feeling like fall. And heading into next week, it's smooth sailing, looking at mostly sunny skies. 80 on Monday. And then cooling through the 70s the rest of the week into next weekend. Overnight lows into the 60s. Just be careful out there with the waves and rip currents with Lee heading into the weekend.
We will, Bob. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
Today's show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11, so stick around.
And don't forget to download our WRDE Coast TV News weather and news apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.